scale question would probably go to Holly or Bob or both of you guys working together on it. You know, how many megawatts do the Klamath dams generate? How many megawatts does the on and off project irrigators need together to power agriculture in the basin? How does that relate to the amount of megawatts that Bob was talking about? I mean, when you started talking about giga, whatever it is, I don't even know, I can't even scale. What is the, give me some scales. Like, it was helpful for you, Holly, when you said one day in a farmer's field, you know, do some of that. It's very much.
I said that on average, the Klamath Basin uses 100 million kilowatt hours. That would be an average of 10 megawatts all year long. But the irrigation peaks in late June, early July. So, and I don't know, Toby may know what the irrigation peak demand is. It's something like
About 75. That's my
75. Yeah, the capacity is about 75 megawatts.
The scale then for the renewable part of it is the biomass plant is going to generate about 30 megawatts, but it'll generate it continuously all the time, except for maintenance shutdowns. So, you know, it picks their 75 megawatt peak only occurs a few hours, I would think, a few hours a day. So.
I think electricity is a tough thing for the public to talk about because folks who talk about power plants describe them a bit differently than you would think about them as a user. So when we talk about things like average load and peak load, that's really kind of like bandwidth. But I think what folks relate to more easily is average annual generation. So for example, the Klamath hydro facilities have a total installed capacity of 169 megawatts. And what that means is under optimum flow conditions, they can produce that much electricity instantaneously. But the Klamath facilities, like most hydro projects, are designed with what's called a 50% plant factor. And so on average, most of the time, the Klamath hydro facilities produce about half that much electricity. They're generating about 80 average megawatts. But I think that the way folks think about it, because this relates to your power bill, is megawatt hours. So over what duration of time, over X number of hours, it's producing how many megawatts. So the Klamath hydro facilities historically have produced about 800,000 megawatt hours in a typical year. You know, with the relicensing process we've been engaged in for the past decade, new requirements that would come with any new license are going to change all that. They change the economics of the hydro project, and they also change what future production would look like because they would need to operate differently to reduce the impact that they have on fish and wildlife and water quality. So in many respects, what that hydro project has represented historically really isn't relevant as we talk about in the future, because that opportunity is gone regardless. So really the only point of comparison is to look at what a future hydro project might look like relative to the alternatives that were out there. And that was really the point of reference that we used as we looked at the Klamath Hydro Settlement Agreement.